Hi, I'm MADISON. This is a 9 of clubs. This is my playing card. This is mine. This belongs to me. Yesterday I made a video about tattoos. I started explaining my tattoos. I started with my right hand, and I watched that video back, and I just wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the level of sharing of such personal things just because people wanted it. Like, I tried to be a very generous person and give people what they want, and people keep asking for me to explain my tattoos, so I got on film and started to explain them, and I watched it back and I wasn't happy, so I got rid of the video. The video's gone. I do want to talk about some of my tattoos, but just not all of them, and people constantly ask me to explain. What does this one mean? What does that one mean? And I don't mind doing that, but I made a mistake yesterday in going into too much detail. So one at a time, I think over a period of time, keep asking which tattoos you want to hear about. Keep asking, and I will explain some of them, just not all of them in the detail that I went into yesterday. The most common thing I'm asked about is my 9 of clubs tattoo. Not just the tattoo, but the playing card itself and what it means to me, because it's always present. The 9 of clubs is constantly present in my videos, in my films, in my photography, and everything that I do. The 9 of clubs is there, and everybody asks. I never really explained it before too much, what it means to me and why it's my card and why I use it so much. And I know that there are people watching who really want to know. So I'm MADISON. This is the 9 of clubs. Quite a few years back, this playing card saved my life on more than one occasion. And since that day, I've tried to use it somehow every day ever since, whether it's in a photograph or in a film or in a trick. I'm quite obsessed with this playing card from the 9 of clubs. About 5 years ago, I got it tattooed on the inside of right hand, finger 2 on the inside. 9 of clubs hidden right there. I actually went to the tattoo studio wanting it on this hand right here, so that the corner of it would be here like this, so that I could say I have your card in my hand for a trick. But to me, it was more meaningful. I knew that I wanted the 9 of clubs on me somewhere, and the tattoo artist, it wasn't Rob, it wasn't Electric Picture House, it was a guy called Snappy Gomez, and he said it would fall out of my palm, so he didn't want to do it. But I kind of wish he didn't say that, because I have palm tattoos that have stayed in that didn't fall out, so I do think it would have fallen out. I do think it would have stayed in there, wouldn't have fallen out. However, if he did manage to put it on my palm, it would have never made it to inside finger 2 on the right hand. Once I got it done, I went and showed it to Pete McKinnon, and he loved it. He got a 2 of hearts, and it seemed like in the same day a bunch of people got their favorite playing cards on the inside, and I had this idea to turn it into something, to turn it into this thing which was supposed to become a thing, a bigger thing than it became. Something that I'm not going to give my opinion on it too much right now, but I am going to tell you that if you want to know about the 52, about what this very tattoo, the 9 of clubs, started, then pick this book up. This is Magic is Dead by Ian Frisch, my friend Ian Frisch. This book explains everything that you need to know about the 9 of clubs tattoo, and what it began and what it became and what it is today. And it's an intense story about me that I didn't know this was going to happen at the beginning. I didn't know it was going to be digging so deeply into my life and into my world. I didn't think he was going to go that deep with this book, but he did. And I've read this book 6 times now, and as much as I'm not into the story that this caused anymore, I feel like I'm up beyond that. As much as I feel that way, the story is a part of history, it's part of life, and I have to own it. So just like tattoos, once you get a tattoo, that's forever, even if you cover it up. I have this idea, this philosophy, I guess a theory, that if you get somebody you love, a partner, if you get their name tattooed on you and then you fall out with that person and maybe you get divorced or you separate, there's no reason to cover that tattoo up or remove it with lasers and whatnot, or scratch it off. There's no need to do that, because no matter what happened with the fallout and the separation, your connection with that person still happened, and it's still a part of your history. So you might hate that person with all of your life, but you still had that experience, and that's what the tattoo stands for. I feel that way about the Nine of Clubs. My friend Mark Calabrese, he got his crossed out, and a few people also did the same thing psychologically. I think I did the same thing psychologically with the Nine of Clubs, but in a weird way, in a strange way, that it means something very different to me now than the group, than that collective that it caused. To me, the Nine of Clubs is more than that. People think it's just about that group, but it's not. The Nine of Clubs once saved my life, twice saved my life, more than twice. Michael Weber once told me a story about the Nine of Clubs way back in 2003, I think it was. And he said, the Nine of Clubs is the loneliest playing card in the deck. When I do magic and when I do performances, 9 times out of 10, I won't have them choose a card. I'll have them name a card, because it's more fair. Instead of saying pick a card, I'll say name any card. Freely name any card you want. That's how 99% of my tricks with a deck of playing cards begin. Name any playing card you want. If you do this, the Nine of Clubs will never be named. Michael Weber once told me that in 2002, 2003, nobody will ever name the Nine of Clubs as the loneliest playing card in the world, in the deck. And I put that to the test, and I have been doing ever since he told me that way back then. And of the thousands, millions of times I've performed since then, nobody's ever named the Nine of Clubs. And I'm trying my best to prove Michael wrong, to prove that people will say the Nine of Clubs, but nobody ever does. So I attached myself to that idea, and because this was the loneliest card in the deck, I wanted to give it a friend. I wanted to give it a best friend, and that became me. So Nine of Clubs is my best friend. It stands for so much more now because I've attached my whole life to it. That it truly is me. It truly is me. It represents me. People think the King of Diamonds is my card because my face is on it. I just wanted my face on a playing card, and the King of Diamonds, K.D., King Daniel Madison, and there it was, the King of Diamonds. But it's always about the Nine of Clubs for me. It's always the Nine of Clubs. In fact, I put the Nine of Clubs on the King of Diamonds. You see my face on the King of Diamonds, but in his palm, you see the Nine of Clubs right there. So the Nine of Clubs means so much more to me than just a playing card. I've attached everything to it. I feel myself as the Nine of Clubs. I see myself in it. It represents me, and it represents everything that I stand for. So when it comes to this tattoo and groups and collectives, for me, somebody asked me a few videos ago, are you a religious person? Yes, I am a very religious person. I don't belong or claim to be a part of any religious denomination or any kind of religious group, but I live my life in a very religious way, and the Nine of Clubs comes into that, and it's come into that over the past few years, and I want it to come into life more than ever right now. So there are a few people who already have the Nine of Clubs tattoo, and those people are in this circle with me. The Nine of Clubs, it's I don't know what, if I want to call it a club or a group or anything, or a cult or a religion. It doesn't have a name. It's just a feeling. It's just a belonging, right? So if you have a Nine of Clubs tattoo and you feel the way that I do about playing cards, about deception, about this artistry, this is how I represent it. This is what I stand for. This stands for me. You feel the same as me, you want to get a tattoo, get a Nine of Clubs. And here's what I want to tell you in this video. If you're with me, if you're in this with me, and you want to be in this with me, or you want to go through this with me, and we're in this together, we are Madison, come and get a Nine of Clubs tattoo. Show me your Nine of Clubs tattoo. There's a section on my website just for us, just for Nine of Clubs. If you go to Electric Picture House Tattoo Parlor, go to my friend Rob on Instagram. If you book in to get a tattoo with Rob, if you get the Nine of Clubs, no matter how big it is on your body, no matter where it is, what shape or form it takes, preferably you put it here just like me, I will pay for it. I will pay for you to have a tattoo, and I will do whatever it takes to be there with you when it happens. This is the start of something new, something that's going to take over the old collective for me, for people like me, for people in this little world sharing this with me, for people who feel the same way that I do, not about the Nine of Clubs, but about this artistry, about this, the way that I'm trying to progress art. I know I'm not the only one trying to push this art in this direction. I know that you're out there, I'm connected with you already, and I know there has to be more of us. So let's celebrate that, and let's represent that by using this card, because that's what this card stands for. That's what it means. Thank you. I'm Daniel Madison. This is the Nine of Clubs.